Hi there, everyone, and welcome back to our virtual science classroom. I am your teacher, Daryl Danmundo, and an amazing morning to every one of you. And we will proceed to our first quarter or quarter one, week number three. So this is just a continuation of what we have tackled last time. So basically, it's all about elements and compounds, which we have tackled already in our week number two. So we are going to focus on elements and compounds. So let's just have a background of what this week three will be look like. So this module or the module is all about elements and compounds made specifically to identify elements and compounds from the food labels and other products available at home, market, and your community. After going through this module, you are expected to, number one, name elements and compounds that are present from the food labels of the product. Number two, emphasize the elements are listed in the nutrition facts or emphasize that elements are listed in the nutrition facts of the food. Number three, infer the food ingredient that could be the source of the listed elements. And number four, recognize that the most food ingredients are examples of compounds. So I think that you are ready to listen and watch carefully to this lesson number three. Okay, to start with, we will now have a review on elements and compounds. We already know that elements are chemically the simplest substances and hence cannot be broken down using chemical reactions. And these are examples of elements. We have helium gas, which is a symbol of He, and we have Cu, or what we all know as copper. Those are the two examples of elements. So we have atomic number 2, which is helium, and atomic number 29, which is copper, which is both considered as elements because an element is also an atom. One atom of helium is equivalent to one element of helium. Okay? And now let's go to compounds. We all know that compounds are substances formed when two or more chemical elements are chemically bonded together. So these are examples of compounds. We have H2O and then we have NaCl. H2O meaning to say it is composed of two hydrogen and one oxygen. That is, we all know the water. And then NaCl, which is composed of one sodium and one chlorine. Okay, that formed sodium chloride or what we all know as table salt, yung asin natin sa bahay ko. Ano man yung nakita nyo, which is the rock salt. Okay? And elements play an important role in our life. In everything that you do, there will always be an element that is present. Okay, whether you are inside your bedroom, outside your bedroom, whether you go to your kitchen or to your bathroom, elements are everywhere and they are all present. There are many elements present, and these are the mostly nutrients that are essential for our body to function well. Okay, question number one. Can you name some elements that are essential for our growth and development? Maybe there are some that you know. Just remember the word chon, C-H-O-N. Okay, we have letter C for carbon. We have letter H for hydrogen. We have letter O for oxygen and letter N for nitrogen. Don't you remember that? Okay? Don't you ever forget that rather. And number two, do we take all the elements as it is or some of it are found as part of a compound? Maybe I will give you 3 seconds for you to think about it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, the correct answer is yes. Some of the food that we eat, it is not just an element, okay? But those elements are combined together that form a compound. That is why they are part of a compound already. Am I clear? So parte na siya ng mga kinakain natin, not just as a simple substance like oxygen, something like that, or carbon, but some of the elements are incorporated with other elements already when we eat them, okay? So do not forget all about that. And then we all know that elements here in our periodic table, as you can see, we have highlighted with the color violet and then with the color green and then not a highlighted one. So those highlighted ones, the purple colors are essential elements for humans, meaning to say it's a very important element that is plays a very important role rather, or it has a specific role for humans like us. And by definition, an essential element is one that is required for life. So kung buhay ka, it is a requirement for you to take this essential element and whose absence results in death. So meaning to say, it cannot be found in your body. So it can result to death. And that's the worst scenario that can happen. Okay, so we have here some essential elements. Okay, an element is considered to be essential if a deficiency consistently causes abnormal development and if a dietary supplementation of that element and only that element prevents this adverse effect. Many elements are present in the food that we eat. It is important that one should become aware of these kinds or of the kinds of the food that the body is taking in. Look at the nutrition facts. So this is the nutrition facts. Okay. So just for a while. So this is an example of nutrition facts. Nutrition facts. And I do believe that you're already familiar with this one because we already tackled this nutrition fact last week. And it can be found at the back of the food that you are going to buy. So always check the label. Always check your nutrition facts or facts. Okay, the nutrition facts is a list of different nutrients provided by the food product with their corresponding percentage. Share on the daily recommended dietary allowance. Example, we have Ca, which is calcium, Fe, which is iron, and then we have K, which is potassium. Very good. So you can see here that we have different types of elements that can be found in the nutrition facts. And all you have to do is to look for those elements that can be found in our nutrition facts. Okay? So if you are aware with that, therefore you are in good hands. Why? Because you know already how to read and how to check the label of the food that you're going to take in. Okay. And on the other hand, ingredient is a substance that forms part of a mixture. So mixture, it is composed of either element or compounds. Many compounds are mixed together or pure substances mixed together. That is considered as a mixture. For example, in cooking recipes, specify which ingredients are used to prepare a specific dish. So as you can see here, we have a lot of ingredients here. In our example, we have a lot of ingredients here that is composed of many different types of pure substances. And when they combine together, they are considered as mixture. The one that you already watched in your video in our week number 3. So these are examples of ingredients. So as you can see, it is also located at the back of the food that you are going to buy. So sugar, peanuts, corn, syrup, cocoa butter, so on and so forth. So all the ingredients that can be found in the food that you're going to buy, it is written in the ingredients part. And then we have here allergens like meat, peanuts, soy. Okay, so if you are allergic with those food or ingredients, might as well do not buy it. Okay, because some of the people that I know are allergic to peanuts, milk, soy, wheat, tree nuts, so on and so forth. So it is good for you to look at the label or the ingredients as well, aside from the nutrition facts. Okay? Now, we are going to understand the nutrition facts here. We have here servings per container. As you can see, it is highlighted with a, I guess, like a beige color. And then we have serving size, which is highlighted with a color yellow. And then calories highlighted with a blue color or light blue color. And then percentage or percent daily value. Okay, so meaning to say, these are the percentage of the different daily value of each ingredient that is present in the food that you are going to take in. So following key terms are intended to make it easier for you to use the nutrition facts labels to make informed food choices. So it is very important. What is this thing? I do not know. I can understand what this means, what are those percentage, and what are those terms. So this one, we are going to understand those terms. Okay, and now I think you are ready because Dada is already ready here. Okay, waiting for your response to understand our topic for today. So letter A, servings per container. So servings per container shows that the total number of servings in the entire food package or container. One package of food may contain more than one serving. For example, if you eat or drink two servings, you are getting double the calories. Take note of that. And double the nutrients that are listed on the label. So we have here, example, original label, servings per container about 8. And then we have here the new format label, so you can differentiate the two. 8 servings per container, so it's much easier, or it is easier for you to understand the new format label. 8 servings per container. Okay, that's very important for you to understand because as you can see here, it's stated 2 servings, meaning to say that you are getting double the calories and double the nutrients. So when you're going to get 8 servings per container, okay, so meaning you're going to get the same servings that you put in or take in. Am I clear? And then letter B, serving size. Serving size is based on the amount of food that is usually eaten at one time. Serving size is not a recommendation of how much to eat. The nutrition information listed on the label is usually based on one serving of the food. However, some containers may also have nutrition information listed for the entire package. So we have here a serving size for chocolate cake. So serving size is 1/2 or 1 2-inch square piece. So these are all the things that you're going to get when you get that serving size, 1 to 2 inch square. Okay, so meaning to say serving size is 1 and that is 2-inch square per piece. Okay, so that's how you're going to get the serving size. Just look at the label or look at the nutrition facts and you will see it there. And then letter C, we have calories. In calories, it refers to the total number of calories in a serving of the food. To achieve or maintain a healthy body weight balance, the number of calories you eat or drink with the number of calories your body uses. So might as well, the more you intake calories, the more you use the calories. Okay? Meaning to say you burn the calories that you're going to intake. Mm-hmm. Because if you do not maintain that, you will get fatter. Okay? Meaning to say you're living an unhealthy lifestyle already because the amount of calories is greater than the burned calories. So take note of that. So we have here, for example, again, in a serving of chocolate, calories is 120 and calories from fat is 35. So a bit higher, right? So let us intake a lesser, I guess, chocolate or sweet food so that let us avoid calories that has high uh, in volume or in grams as you can see or in parts, something like that. So kailangan iwasan natin yung mga ganong pagkakataon na may pagkain tayo, lagi tayong matamis, lagi tayong merong cake, lagi tayong may ice cream. Oh no, it has a lot of calories, guys. So maintain your healthy body, maintain your weight as well, and you maintain your beautiful body. And letter D, percent or percentage daily value shows how much nutrient or a nutrient in a serving of the food contributes to a total daily diet. The daily values are reference amounts. So meaning to say, pwede mo siyang gawing reference or pwede mo siyang gawing basehan in grams, milligrams, or micrograms of nutrients to consume or not to exceed each day. You can determine, compare, and contrast a product by looking at the percentage or percent daily value. So this is what it looks like. There you go. Example, total fat, 4 grams. And what is the percentage daily value? That's 5%. Saturated fat, that's 0%. And then cholesterol, that's 0%. Sodium, that's 7%. You can see that your intake of this element or this compound is greater than the other, so that you can compare, oh, this one is healthier than the other one because it has a lot of percentage, it has lesser percentage. Okay? So, pwede mong ipagkumpara, pwede mong makita na, mas healthier to. Bakit? Kasi mas lesser yung ganito, mas lesser yung percentage na to, kasi ang taas ng percentage niya dito. If you can see that the element or the compound is a good compound or element that can boost your health as much as possible, then go to that one. Okay, so it is based on the percentage or percent daily value. Okay, next, letter E, dietary fiber. Okay, for example, this one. This is a good, yes, a good compound for you to see in the nutrition facts. Is a type of carbohydrate that cannot be easily digested. It can speed up the movement of food and waste through the body, increasing the frequency of bowel movements. Diets higher in dietary fiber may reduce the risk of developing cardiovascular disease. The daily value for dietary fiber is 28 grams per day. Okay, and these are some examples of fibers. So alam natin yan. When we eat like pineapple, okay, and when we eat wheat, yung mga grains, yan, yung mga oats, and it has high in fiber. So suggested, okay, you should have 28 grams per day. So we have dietary fiber for 6 grams, we have 23% only. So it's good, right? And letter F, we have calcium. It is a mineral that is important for bone health. It is also can help us with muscle and nerve function, blood clotting, and hormone secretion. Diets higher in calcium can reduce the risk of developing osteoporosis, meaning to say the weakening of the bone at your, what do you call this? Usually located at your back, okay, your backbone. It can weaken and it can make your bones brittle, madaling masira at marupok. Okay? The daily value for calcium is 1,300 milligrams per day. So you need to intake a lot of calcium if you want to have a healthy bone. And calcium can be found mainly in, very good, milk. You got it right. So we have here 30% of milk. Okay? So might as well, if you are going to think that you feel weak and you want to have a healthy bone, then take a lot of calcium. And then vitamin D, which is also incorporated with calcium, helps your body absorb calcium. So do not think that the sunlight has vitamin D. That's wrong. Okay? But the sunlight can help the vitamin D in your body to go to your bones that can make these bones stronger than before. Okay? So parang si araw, yung sinag ng araw, tinutulungan niya lang yung vitamin D sa katawan natin na pumunta ron sa buto para mas maging matibay. Okay? Like this one. It helps your body to absorb calcium and it's important for bone health also. It also plays a role in blood pressure management, hormone production, immune and nervous system function. Diets higher in vitamin D, you know, okay, can reduce the risk of developing osteoporosis, again, the weakening and make your bones brittle. The daily value for vitamin D is 20 micrograms per day. Okay, so do not forget that. And these are some foods that has good or has the good source of vitamin D. So we have soy products, milk like taho, yan. We have cereals, mushrooms, so on and so forth. You can see there. And letter H, we have potassium. It's letter K. It's a mineral that helps with fluid balance. Fluid balance because we are made up of 75% water, remember? Okay, meaning to say, it is very important. With fluid balance, heart muscle, and nervous system function, the daily value for potassium is 4,700 milligrams per day. And take note of these examples. 40 plus potassium-rich foods. Yogurt, apricot, o wala tayo niyan. Banana, buttermilk. Okay, we have oranges, we have cantaloupe, we have carrots, peaches, yan, siguro may makikita kayo niyan, milk, pork, soybeans, and then some fishes, spinach, and so on and so forth, as you can see in the picture. And there are a lot of foods that contains potassium. Okay? It's very good for your health. And letter I, saturated fat. Saturated fat is found in higher amounts in animal products. An exception is seafood. So if you know that you're going to intake a lot of like chicken, beef, pork, it has a lot of saturated fat. That's exceptional, the seafood, which is generally low in saturated fat. Unsaturated fats are found in higher amounts in plant-based oils. Example, canola and olive oil. So if you're going to use for frying, canola and olive oils, they are very good because they contain what? Very good. They contain unsaturated fats. Okay? It came from plants or plant-based sila. And this maybe came from nuts, seeds, and seafoods. Diet in which unsaturated fats are eaten in place of saturated fats and within the recommended daily limits for calories are associated with the reduced risk of developing cardiovascular disease. The daily value for saturated fat is less than 20 grams per day. So saturated fat is not good for your health. So switch to the unsaturated one. Eat with seafoods like tuna. Okay, when you see like a canned good that contains tuna, it has, I know you know this, omega 3. Very good because that oil is good for the heart. It can prevent cardiovascular diseases. Okay, and let's proceed to sodium. So sodium is a mineral that is commonly found in table salt. That's why sodium chloride. Okay, and in many commercially processed, packaged, and prepared foods. Okay, for longevity of their life. Maliwanag? So meaning to say, the more na mas mahaba ang shelf life ng isang produkto, mas marami siyang sodium. Mas marami siyang so-called na parang salt. Am I clear? Kasi the more na mas maraming sodium, the more na mas napapahaba yung shelf life ng isang pagkain. Kaya nga siya ginagamit sa mga package, mga processed foods, and mga prepared foods for you to store it for a very long period of time. Okay, the body needs sodium in relatively small amounts, very small. Sodium is important for fluid balance as well as muscle and nervous system function. Diets higher in sodium are associated with an increased risk of developing high blood pressure, which can lead to heart attacks, heart failure, stroke, kidney disease, and blindness. Since blood pressure often rises with age, limiting your sodium intake, the daily value for sodium is less than 2,300 per day. So as much as possible, when you are going to buy cheap, if you're going to buy junk foods, that's a no-no because it has a lot of sodium in there. Okay, for you to eat it for a very long period of time, you need to what? Check the label. Look at the sodium. Okay, so as you can see here, we have processed and restaurant food 77%. Okay, because they have a lot of processed foods, they have a lot of packed foods already. Okay, and then sodium is only 20%. 20% daily value or more per serving is considered high. So when you saw that the sodium has 20% daily value, oh man, do not buy it and do not consume that food. Okay? Do not forget that. And letter K, added sugar. It includes sugars that are added during the processing of foods such as sucrose or dextrose. Foods packaged as sweeteners such as table sugar, sugars from syrups and honey, and sugars from concentrated fruit or vegetable juices. Diets high in calories from added sugars can make it harder to meet nutrient needs while staying within calorie limits. So the more you intake sugar, the higher the calories also. The daily value for added sugars is less than 50 grams per day. So less than 50 grams. So you can see here that the added sugar is 20%. Okay, how much added sugar is needed? Okay, in a serving, and how much of your daily maximum? Might as well 20% or lower than 20%. Maybe that's okay for you to be able to, not to exercise eating a lot of sweets. Uh, See, sweets can make you go crazy too. And then we have some examples of products that has, added sugars. We have cereal, we have barbecue sauce, flavored yogurt, and then we have tomato soup, and we have orange juices. Okay, those products have added sugars. And for that thing, we have this question. Suppose, actually, this is a scenario, okay? I want to imagine that you are one of these kids and you are with your mom or with your dad in a grocery or in a supermarket. Suppose you are in a grocery store with your mother, looking at looking at all the foods on the shelves. Now, your mother will allow you to buy only one food of the food products, meaning to say you can see a lot of food products around you because you are in a grocery store or in a supermarket. This is the question. What are the things that you will take into consideration when choosing what to buy? 5 seconds. Okay, because we already tackled about that, the answer is look and read the label or the nutrition facts because it gives you a lot of facts about the food that you are going to eat. Do not neglect the label. Do not neglect the nutrition facts. Am I clear? Read, read, and read. Okay. And then, now, what are the things that we need to consider since we are going to read those labels or the nutrition facts? This is how you use the nutrition facts label to make healthy choices. Because as much as possible, as early as now, you should practice a healthy living lifestyle. Okay? So number one, let's just have this one for a while. Check the serving. Nutrition information listed on the label is usually based on one serving of the food. When comparing calories and nutrients in different foods, check the serving size to make a correct comparison. And remember, it is common for a food package or beverage to have more than one serving. Remember to check the serving. Number two, know your calorie needs because we have different body types and we have different calorie needs in our body. Okay, 2,000 calories a day is used as a general guide for nutrition advice. However, your calorie needs may be higher or lower depends on your age, sex, height, weight, and the amount of physical activity you get each day. Talk to your healthcare provider about your calorie and nutrition needs as you age. So meaning to say, the more the active you are, the more you need to intake calories. Okay? It depends upon your age or whether your gender is, and as you can see, that is listed here. It doesn't mean that this one fits for him, it also fits for you. Maybe that's not the case. Okay? Hindi yon magkatulad. Magkaiba kayo ng body type, magkaiba kayo ng ginagawang activity. So, always know your calorie needs. But the general guide is 2,000 calories in a day. Number three, the use of percent or percentage daily value as a guide. The daily or the percentage daily value can help you look for foods to decide which is better choice for you. Older adults should more often look for foods with higher percentage daily value of dietary fiber. Okay, because they are now in the age where their metabolism is going down. Meaning to say, metabolism yung pagtunaw nila ng pagkain, bumababa na. So, ang tendency dapat, the older you get, the more fiber you intake. Okay? Vitamin D, yan. Calcium and potassium. Older adults should also more often look for foods with a lower percentage value of saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. Talk to your healthcare provider about which nutrients you should track closely for your overall health. Not just one, but overall, from the top of your head up to the soles of your feet. Okay? And I think that you are already ready for our task or your assignment for our week number 3. So again, answer the following. Watch the video to review and answer all the questions in your modules in our Google Classroom. Do not forget to look at your Google Classroom. If you have your notebook, meaning to say answer only, look at the soft copy of your module. But if you have the printed modules, you can answer it right there and then. Okay? So these are the things that you need to answer. For lesson number 3, because this is just a continuation part, just answer page number 12 to 13 and page number 15. Again, class, answer only. And you will be having a performance task about video making about this one. I will give you an instruction or direction for that one. Wait for my instruction for your video making as your performance task number 3. Okay? I hope you learned something today, and that's the end of our quarter 1, week 3. You can contact me and my different social media like my YouTube and my Instagram and my pages in Facebook or in my personal account. So I do hope that you learned something today. I hope you had a great day and always be a blessing. God bless you and bye guys. See you next time.